Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is the Vale on Transport Fever 2. In today's episode I thought we'd finally get on and build some more passenger routes, particularly up towards Terra Nova and maybe up towards Megacity 1 as well. I have actually drawn a map now of all of the routes that we still have. I've put that on my community tab, I've put that on my social media as well, so if you want to take a look at that you can do it. And on that I've put on what I want to do for a future series, so basically all of the routes, the passenger routes I want to put on, and Terra Nova up towards Megacity 1 was one of those as well, because we still, even though it's quite a relatively small map I'd say, and there aren't a massive number of towns on it, there are still plenty that we haven't done yet, and we're up towards, what are we, episode number 26, 27 now, so I definitely would like to head up towards Megacity 1, which is all the way over there. In the last episode we sorted out this fuel supply, so we've really ramped up fuel production now, which should be, yeah, it's pretty much almost maxed out now. I think there's a little bit of slippage there with production and shipment, but I think all in all that's definitely ramped up because we are supplying it now with 2 lots of oil, which is all being ferried in on my lovely... Ooh, what's going on here? We've got lots and lots of oil sat around. What are you doing? You must think... Oh no, you're just... What are you? Yeah, you're just an asset. Trying to click on an asset there, which is absolutely not any use at all. We've got tons and tons of fuel sat here, and we've got loads of oil as well, even though we've now got something like 3 trains on this, 3 massive trains as well, 300 metre long plus trains on this. So we've got this one here. You've got loads of fuel on board. What are you? You're just train 3. It probably is better actually to bring up the routes on this. So we've got oil. So this one is literally just an oil train, as the name suggests, and that's taking oil from Gilead. And what are you filling up with there? You're not filling... Oh, you are filling up. Good. Right. And then on this, which if I bring up the route, how many trains have we got on this? Should be 2. Should be. Let's take a look. Maybe I've used this one. Did I? Oh, I've put 2 oil trains on. Well, that's a bit weird. Why have I done that? That's very strange. I think what I'll do is manage vehicles. I think I'm going to clone you, because we've obviously got loads of fuel sat there. Now I think I can see why I've done it, because we were getting an issue with loads, because basically when the oil comes off this ship here, which is a combat ship, but never mind, once it comes off it dumps its entire cargo of oil onto the platforms and we can start losing oil, which obviously is not good. I don't know why you're stopped. I haven't put a timetable on you, have I? That's really strange as well. So let's go timetable, use the timetable mod. Oil this is, so it's around here somewhere. Oil, Gilead's Riverrun. Oh, I've got an unbunching on this. Okie dokie. Must have done that for some sort of reason, I'm assuming. And yeah, okie dokie. Maybe I did need a little bit of unbunching going on these trains. Yes, I think I did actually, because they really did start to bunch together. I'm just not entirely sure why I've put 2 oil trains and not 2 fuel trains on. Did I split the supply? So Gilead Freight Hub, you are just literally, oh right, okay, so you're literally now just picking up fuel and the oil train. So I've split those up because I did have trains which were taking back both oil and fuel up to the refinery, but we're not doing that anymore. So yeah, I can't really extend these platforms any further because I think, well, I guess I could, but it really wouldn't make that much difference really. So where's this second oil train? So you're coming in. I'll probably have to put some sort of... Where are you going? Or you've only just entered the loop. You've just pretty much exited the depot. So you're going to have to turn around as well because... Oh no, that's fine. You'll be able to go onto there. That's all good. Yeah. But I think if we just take a look actually at all the trains routes that we've got on, things are looking good. The high-speed line, which we upgraded a few episodes back, is now paying off. £94 million profit, which is absolutely really good. The oil is making 85 million, and this fuel Gilead should start to make money as well, hopefully. So the fuel, yeah, I think I will just leave those as they are now. It's just trying to get things balanced, obviously, because we've got... Obviously, it takes 2 oil to produce 1 refined oil. So it's just trying to find that balance. So maybe I'll have 2 shorter fuel trains perhaps, but I'll take a look at that later on anyway. Getting a bit digressing a little bit now. So what we want to do in this episode, so if I just bring the map back up again, just to refresh my memory. It's actually quite a good idea. It was Jermaine who said that I should put that map together. I have done that for my West Midlands, my Midlands to London series. There is a map for that, and it does actually come in quite handy, especially once we've got more rail routes in. So I did want to do, what did I want to do? Neo Tokyo, yes, definitely Neo Tokyo, up to Riverrun, and then an extension for Riverrun up via Terra Nova and then Mega City 1. So we'll see how much we can get done in this episode. Where is Terra Nova? Terra Nova's over there, so it's going to be a little bit of an S. I think what I'll do is I'll just pause the game and we will configure this station. So I guess similar to what we did with the high-speed rail upgrade, we will upgrade Riverrun Station. Now, I think just 2 platforms is probably fine, but I think I would just like the more modern platforms. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll do the same as I did previously, where I just get rid of all the platforms apart from the 2 closer to the station, and that'll keep the building anyway, but also it keeps our platform numbers. So I think we will go with the King's Cross as usual. I just like how it looks, and then we'll go with the new platforms. Just give this a little bit of a refresh, and I'm going to have to demolish those buildings there because they're in the way. Configure that, and then once we put those on, we can then, oh, we can't, is that going to demolish? It's going to demolish the building. That's a shame. Bit frustrating, but never mind. We can always put it back. I think I will stick with the older building. I'll go with that though as well, and we'll have some ticket barriers. No, we can't. Right, so we're going to have to do quite a significant amount of demolition, which is not something I'm averse to anyway, is it? So let's chuck these steps along here. Alright, a little bit more demolition then. It's not as if we don't have the money. So yeah, another step there. I think we'll have ticket machines along here and some benches along here, and we'll do the same on this. Oh no, we can't actually. So get rid of those benches, replace those with ticket machines because we need some steps. We'll have escalators this time. We'll have lifts as well, I guess, to make the station a lot more accessible. And then we'll do a passenger building. So passenger building, doesn't really matter what colour it is. We can still put a passenger building on it, which is good. Blue, can I put one of them? No, it's collision. We'll just have to use a slightly smaller one and then 2 little ones to make it look symmetrical. And then back to King's Cross segments just for a little bit of roof. So it's not really a massive upgrade, but it just makes it look a little... Oh no, putting the old roofs back on. That's not what we want to see. We want new roofs. Yeah, it just makes it look a little bit more modern, doesn't it? Even with the older passenger building, we've just upgraded the actual platforms. We need to sever that connection and then get some tracks. So I think... Is this electrified? Yes, it is. So we will continue with the electrified theme, and then we want a big S shape to come out of here. I'm not too bothered about going straight into a tunnel, but as it's a new construction, we will use the new tunnel portals and the concrete tunnel lining as well. So that can come out there. 60. Yeah, I will take that like so. I mean, it is a relatively straightforward construction. There's nothing overly complicated. Is it just... Are we just having literally a Terra Nova? I think we are, aren't we? Yeah, Terra Nova straight up. So, and the map itself, it probably will change at some stage, but it's just a good rough idea of where I want my extensions and things to go over. And what do I want to do around here? Probably, I know this is probably excessive, but I really want to demolish this whole section of the city for some reason. I just like the idea of having my station along here. Now it is, yeah, very excessive and expensive. We've got 59 billion in the bank, but this is where I want my railway station to be, so the road and the buildings are all going to have to make way for this new development, which we'll go building... No, that's definitely street, building, and I guess we'll go with the NL for a little bit of variety. Just make sure that's on the... So, replace it about... I'll place it there for now and then configure this and see if it'll let us put a passenger building on it. No, that's... Yeah, it's not letting us put anything alongside there. Right, so... What we'll do is I'll do this little trick, is a little bit of paint just to save the location of where we last placed the station, and then we'll try again. So maybe a little bit further away, something like that. Actually, I think what I want to do as well is just flatten this off level with that bit of road. Just, yeah, that'll do. I think, no, that little bit of road there. And then we'll place this station a little bit further back then. Let's try that, configure. Yeah, that's given us options to put the no collision is... I guess we could go with a little building and maybe 2. I just like the buildings to look symmetrical. Yeah, that'll do the job, I think. And then we configure this with some modern track, actually. And I think I actually want to put more platforms on it. Can't remember how big Riverrun was. Never mind. Right, yeah, so we want some electric high-speed track. Now, I can't see this being actually a very fast network. I mean, it probably will be some... the top speed will be relatively high, perhaps. Yeah, because we've got a nice straight run up to, well, not a straight run, but we've got a nice long run up to Mega City 1. So, do need to look at the sort of electric trains that we're going to use. I don't think I want to use the Shinkansen E2s on this. I think that would be a little bit overkill for this route. But at the same time, I would like my trains to be getting up towards, like, the 120 miles per hour speed. So, I think what I will do is I will just stay on the new tunnel high speed for this, just to make it easier. And then just, wow, is that really how high that is? Okay. Yeah, this map really is quite deceiving, isn't it? When you look at it, you think that's not really that high up, and then you look and it's miles up in the air. Which I really should have known since we built the motorway. We struggled even getting the motorway up here, didn't we? Now, what to do? I'm not sure if I like the idea of helixes, to be honest, but I think we might have to. So this track is going to have to kind of get pushed way out east, I guess we're calling that. I mean, the speed's not too bad. We can drop it down a little bit further, but I think we are going to have a helix, and they just kill the speed, don't they, of the trains. We'll put the new tunnel portals on, bring this out here, and then I think what we'll do first of all is just from there see how far away we are. We're miles away. Right. And we are going to have some really ridiculous structures as well. I guess I could have the helix in a tunnel, so it's a bit hidden. So, I mean, we could try for see how fast we can get this helix to be. So, I guess it'll be a little bit stomach churning this ride, doing 60 miles an hour around one of these. But I guess if we have it, because what I'm thinking is if we have it as close to the station as possible, then speed really isn't the biggest concern, you know, because trains will be slowing down anyway, so it's not the end of the world. But at the same time, 50 is slow. But I really don't think we've got any other choice than a big corkscrew like that, and we've built this track as well. I just hope one corkscrew, one helix is enough for this to get down to where we need it to be. Yeah, so we've got that one in. Where are you? You're over here somewhere. I guess I don't think I've ever built one before, so it is a little bit different anyway. It's hidden in the tunnel, and that's connected up to that. That's all fine, so we can go ahead and use some concrete sort of bridge, and that's all fine. Is this electrified? And then all we need to do is just lay track alongside it. Yeah, we're going to have to do it in a couple of bits, I think, aren't we? And then up and round. Yeah, I guess 56, 60 miles per hour, or 49 actually, that's slowed right down. It's not the end of the world, is it? I don't think. Have I used the old tunnel portal? I have, so that needs to be rebuilt. Onto there with the new tunnel portal, please. Yes, that's all good. And then just run this up alongside. And of course I built it on the wrong side. That's a little tiny bit of track, isn't it? Right, so where's that? There it is. Miles away. Right, good. Right, so what I'll do first of all is just delete that little bit of track there, or all of that track then, and get these connected up to the actual right platforms. That's a good starting point, isn't it? Right, and then just into there, like that. Yeah, it's hidden, and it's not really deadly slow, is it? You know, it's 50, it's not too bad. So I will take it, but I won't take is not putting the new tunnel portals on here. Must make sure we're doing those, because these are new structures now, so they really should have new tunnel portals. Good, so hopefully that's like the highest we have to go. I'm looking at Mega City 1, and I think what I'm going to try and do is as the crow flies. I don't think my game's going to like this, or my computer's going to like this very much. Where's Mega City 1? It's over there. Just see where we are. That's not too bad actually. That is in just one big tunnel though, isn't it? Or is it? You know what? I might actually just take that as the route. Obviously we need to replace the bridges, but we do have some long tunnels, but we were bound to anyway because of the terrain and whatnot. But looking at, oh yeah, we have got a bit of a, yeah, no, we've got a tunnel that comes all the way, although there is, no, that's too much tunnel. How deep underground is it? I don't, yeah, it's not, I guess I could do what I sometimes do, which is building the route first of all, and then going back and deleting some of the route. We do seem to be quite high. Can we go a little bit further down? Just trying to get it so we're sort of on the same level as the city. Maybe actually come up a little bit. Actually, what else could also do now? I don't know how successful this is going to be. If I press M, no, that's just, yeah, that's as high as we're going to go. So what I'll do is I'm going to build this route, not really worrying too much about money anyway. And I've built the wrong bridge, so that's a good start, isn't it? Well, the wrong viaduct, so let's get rid of this. Replace all of this. I mean, it's quite high off the ground. I don't normally like them that high off, but I guess working with the terrain that we are, actually, maybe if I don't think it's silly looking. Anyway, is it really? Although I haven't deleted that segment yet, so let's try that again. If I use the new tunnel, no I haven't, I've used the old one again. Must remember to use the new tunnel segment. And then we've got another little cheeky tunnel, I like that actually. Little cheeky tunnel there coming out, popping back in. We may as well have a little bit of a bridge there. It's not too, yeah, quite like that. And then replace this tunnel portal. That's already been done, that's fine. Yeah, so we've got some long tunnels, but then we've got some stretches where we're back out on the surface again, so that's not too bad. Connect that up to there. Another little bridge, is that really necessary? Why not? Let's go with something like that for a little bit of variety. And then I've built the wrong bridge again. Too busy focusing on another bridge that I've forgotten the two here that we need to replace. So let's try that again, shall we? Want a nice modern bridge, so we'll go with this square, 119 miles per hour. Why are you so slow? Let's rebuild that. Want to try and maintain a good top speed. Yes, that's much better, because it is pretty much dead straight anyway across there. It's just because we've been building it in little bits, isn't it? Sometimes you just get weird. A little weird jinky janky bit to track. Yeah, I actually quite like how this route is turning out. Other than this monstrous tunnel here, which I think that should, is that the new tunnel portal? It is. That should be in a tunnel, but I think this bit here shouldn't be. I think what this should be in is a gouge, which I will obviously fix at great expense. I think the tunnel should start about there, but I really don't like how long it is, so again, this is just for looks, very expensive, and it is a big gouge, but it's not fixable. Got the new tunnel portals on there. Yeah, I just don't like the idea of having one big tunnel. I think that's acceptable, that's perfectly fine, but anything longer than that would be a little bit silly. So we'll build the rest of this track along here. Do actually have some nice little moments on this route, so it's going to be quite a nice looking cab ride, I think. Little bits like that where it peaks out and then goes back into a tunnel again. I think what I want to do is, before we go any further, is just get rid of some of these trees which are a bit too close, like here. Clear some of that out the way. Some of these rock climbing trees as well need to be got rid of. Yeah, they're a little bit too close to the railway. Just get rid of some of those rock climbing trees as well. Some of them, yeah. Just push these back. And we've got another little bridge there as well, which I haven't fully connected. Right, let's get rid of this. And we will have just another little bridge. Could be quite nice. Yeah, well, they are little bridges like that are quite nice, aren't they? They just need, what I need to do is come up with the retaining walls either side, just to make it look that much better. And then I'll get rid of some of these trees. Obviously this is going to need a lot of smoothing to fix that. And what we haven't done is finish this station, have we? So it's Terra Nova. We are using the, is it in MISC bits for this? Yes it is, so indeed. Maybe 2 steps on the overpass. We'll have some ticket machines as we have an autosave. Actually, do we want ticket machines or barriers? I think what I want to do is, what I'll do actually is put an extra segment in there. And then that gives us room then for some ticket machines and benches. Like so, and there may be some benches behind those steps as well, just like a little bit of almost like a concourse sort of area for people to wait in, and then we want to go with the roofs over the top. Like so, not a particularly complicated station, but it'll do the job. Certainly gets Terra Nova connected up anyway, and then we just want station at Mega City 1, which again, I'm going to do some more demolition, just so we can get our station in So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to lay out a perfectly flat piece of track just so we've got a good transition. And then I'm just going to chuck in a building, which I think I'll go with the King's Cross again. But this time it's going to be 300 meters long, which is very long. But Terra Nova is going to be a terminus, not Terra Nova, Mega City 1 is going to be a terminus for some new high-speed services. So I'm future-proofing this station this time, unlike I did with the other high-speed route which we put on. I mean, it's not the end of the world anyway, because the 300 meter long stations really don't have that much capacity anyway, but as this is a brand new route and we are going to have high-speed services on it, then I want the station to be future-proofed. I think I'll put like a concourse on the end, and then we need to get rid of these tracks along here. So there's going to be at least 1 or 2 high-speed services coming from here, so I do want this station to have the capacity for that in the future. So what do we want? We want some tracks. Not sure how many platforms we're going to need, obviously, just yet, but we'll put 2 bits of track down there and we'll put another platform on. I think what we'll do is we will build it in its full final form, and then what we'll have is I think 4 platforms should probably be more than enough for what I've got envisaged for Mega City 1, and then we'll just continue that. So it's another, yeah, that should be fine. It is going to be a busy little station, or a busy big station this, and yeah, I think it's something that's been needed to have been done for a while, isn't it? Putting a service up to here. So I think, as the name suggests, Mega City 1, it should really be quite a big city, so it needs lots and lots of connections right across the map. So this is our first bit anyway, something like that, with a diamond crossing along here. Nice high-speed diamond crossing, actually, if it let us, yeah, something like that. So I'm guessing, right, because what else did I want to do in the future anyway? I wanted to do, because I think I want I want an Orberland Station, Hilltop, Boulder City, Mega City 1 Farpoint service, and I want a Mega City 1 to Bartertown and Gotham. That's going to be a high-speed service, and maybe a Mega City 1 Bartertown Winterfell service as well. So yeah, it is going to, but the only thing I'm thinking with the Orberland Station, Hilltop, Boulder City, Mega City 1 Farpoint service is they're probably going to have to, so we're coming, actually that's not too bad, so we're coming in, what I'm saying, Orberland Station, Hilltop, and then I think what I want to do is just do a little bit of flattening around here, because I think what we're going to have is like a junction around here in order for services to switch. So what's going to happen here is the Hilltop train coming in from Hilltop there, that's a lot of money, and maybe flatten it off from there. And maybe get rid of some of these trees as well, just so we can see what we're doing. Yeah, it is nice having that that mod, which gives you better terrain tools, but at the same time, especially when you're playing the game and you know you're trying to make money, things can, like terrain manipulation, can get very expensive very quickly if you're not careful. Just wants to be on an embankment, that wants to be on an embankment as well. Into there. So yeah, what I was saying is the services from Hilltop are going to have to come in and reverse at Mega City 1 station and then head back out. So I think from about here I'm going to put some provision in for that. Where's the switch motor, which is our snapping point? So it's about there. So the train's coming in from Hilltop, we're going to come in here, and then to go off towards Farpoint we might as well use some of this high speed track as well. Can I put, I don't know, I don't really want a junction on there, don't really. Yeah, I would like to use part of this track. Oh, there's a little, that's perfect. Can I put in a nice high speed turnout on that? Obviously it wants to look good. Does it want to be grade separated? Probably, but I think I might just do it on the cheap. I mean, it's not going to be that intensively used anyway, that grade separation really is going to make that much difference, and that looks hideous. Right, let's try that again. Yeah, I'm going to do it on the cheap, but I don't think it should be a major issue. We're only going to have 2 services sharing this track, so it should be fine, as long as we can get this switch to look like half decent. Right, so holding C, what are you doing? But I do want a really, right, let's try that again. I want a nice high-speed turnout on this, as high speed as physically possible. Probably do we get rid of some of those trees so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, if I press shift and replace that bridge with concrete, 136. That should be more than fast enough because the services leaving the main line are not going to be high-speed services. It's going to be relatively, I think I'm going to aim for 125. I think it is quite far south of Farpoint, but I think it's probably the best option. And we get to use a little bit more of this track as well. Yeah, so the train's coming in from Hilltop, turn around at Megacity 1, head down the high-speed line and then onto Farpoint then. I think that works just nicely. We are going to end up with a really massive viaduct. Yeah, 100 miles per hour, that'll do. And yeah, it wants to continue curving. Don't know where Farpoint is. Well, I do know where it is, but I don't know at what level it is. Would be good, wouldn't it, if we had navigable waters. It does actually give you an indication of the height, or does it? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't give you the height difference. But not to worry, that's for another episode anyway. So we've got some of that anyway. Just want to finish Megacity 1 off, so configure this. And what I'll have is some King's Cross elements. So I think we'll have the lifts this end and with the escalators. And we'll have another segment there, and then we'll have just some steps running along here. I think we'll have a big passenger building on the end. Just, yeah, something like that. And then I think I will just go, I think what I'll do actually, we'll go MISC, and I will put on like this new glass thing for that end, maybe along here as well. And then I think what I'll do is I'll just go with the King's Cross roof. Well, let's put some benches in along first. Now, with ticket machines first. We'll have some ticket machines in the concourse. We'll have some benches in the main concourse. And then seating all the way down along here. And then we'll just go with the King's Cross roof as well. Mix and match. A little bit there and then all the way down along there like so. So yeah, so we've got a nice big station in there now. Doesn't actually look too bad. I quite like how that looks. So we've got that in. We can start getting the trains on. What I've done is I've had a few comments about the Zion station, which obviously was in the middle of the air. So I fixed it and I've done another little time lapse, which I'll do like I did with the last one, whereas I'll put it on at the same time as I put this video out. There's a little bit of a time lapse if you want to watch that of me fixing Zion station, making that look a little bit better and a little bit more realistic, which is kind of one of the main aims. So there we are, we've done Megacity 1. I think I'll wait till the next episode to actually do the cab ride because I want to do some detailing and make things look a little bit more attractive. But we've got another major route on there, Terra Nova and Megacity 1 connected up to Riverrun, and that service will go on to Neo Tokyo as well. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm going to say until next time, bye bye.